All right, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the most underrated golf podcast on the market. This is Golf and Gospel Podcast. I'm Geremy Davis, former NFL player and host of Golf and Gospel. And guys, Tiger Woods, another injury. But he would never got injured if he would have saw the best PT in Arizona. My dog Nate Wong. And here's my wife trying to bring this light over here again. I doubt it works. It's not that bright of a light, but yeah, sure, sit it right there. You can sit right there. It doesn't even matter. Again, guys, I'm going to say this as well. As much as you guys ask me about golf, in my opinion, I will not answer you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send the link to this episode. And you can get all your answers there, man, because me and Nate need more subscribers. We need more likes. We need more viewership. And again, y'all always asking me and Nate about golf. The answer's right here in the link, man. So first, I want to start by talking about the Epson Tour, man. Shout out to all my homies who got their cards, top 15, race for the card, Epson Tour. Get to promote themselves, get to promote and go to the LPGA. First off, I want to say shout out to the homie Melanie Green, who's a future golf and gospel player, as well as Yana Wilson, Gina Kim, another future golf and gospel player. Sophia Schubert, I'm hoping I got to get a better relationship with her. I know she loves Jesus. Erica Hara, Brianna Chacon, Riley Smythe, Letitia, I know Bruce is going to correct me on that. Beck, Haley Cooper, who's a Golf and Gospel alum, Minji Kang, Lanny Fry, Annie Chen, Carla Mellett, Michelle Zhang, and Isabella Fierro. Those 15 girls advanced to the LPGA from the Epson Tour. So again, shout out to them. Absolutely. Shout out to them, man. And also, too, two of the homies from the Epson Tour have advanced to the final stage of Q School Golf and Gospel alum Maddie McCary and Annabelle Pancake, who was on the Content Creator Showdown, so be on the lookout for that. But I'm sure she's also a future Golf and Gospel player as well, man. So top 45 from Q School advanced to the final stage in December. Both of them have made it, so super happy for them. So shout out to them. Let's make sure, if you guys are listening, let's uplift them in prayer, hoping they can also get to the LPGA through Q School. And any former golfers, if you know the sport, Q School is a grind, man. So let's be uplifting again, Maddie McCary as well as Annabelle Pancake. Now, Nate, let's start off with the LPGA International Crown. Huge event. To a degree, not necessarily Ryder Cup, because the Solheim Cup is kind of like the Ryder Cup, but huge event. So essentially, guys, you got top 8 countries, match play, held every other year, teams of 4. Nate, who do you think can win and which team doesn't stand much of a chance? But let me break down the teams first, man. So we look at here, Team China, and again, excuse me if I mix up these names or mess up these names. You got Ru Yin, who is a winner on the LPGA. She's a dog. Yanni Liu, Wei Wei Zhang, and Ryux Liu. Then we got Team World, which consists of Lydia Ko, who's a dog, Hall of Famer. Charlie Ho, who has a win this year. Brooke Henderson, she also just won this year as well. And Wei Lang, as a part of the world team. Next, we got the Thailand team, which is Araya Jutanagar, who's a dog of a player. Unfortunately, got second at the Chevron. Gina Thidikul, #1 golfer on the LPGA. Patty Tavatakit, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And Shanette Wanasan, this is the Thailand team. Next, we got the Sweden team, which is Maya Starks, also a winner this year. Madeline Sockstrom, who's a dog. Lynn Grant, obviously, for me, guys, most beautiful swing on tour. That's just my opinion. And Ingrid Lindblad, who's also an LPGA Tour winner coming from the Epson Tour last year. She's a dog. We got the Australia team. Pretty packed here. We got Minji Lee, obviously, major winner.
Major winner.
Yep. Min Woo's sister. Hannah Green, Stephanie Carucci, I think I'm saying that right, and Grace Kim, who did amazing, beating Gino in her first major win as well. We got the Korean team, which is Hyo Ju Kim, and then we got Hai Run Gyu, who's a dog, Hai Jing Choi, and then Jin Young Ko for the Korea team. Next, we got the Japan team, the homie Mao Seigo. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Mao Seigo. We got Ryo Takeda, who also won. Ayanka Fura, whose best finish this year is a T2. And we got Mayu Yamashita. That is the Japanese team. And then we got the U.S. team. Obviously, probably some more familiar names. Got Nelly Korda, Angel Yin, Leela Vu, and Lauren Coughlin. So again, Nate, based off our year of watching the LPGA. We got the International Crown, huge event. Which team do you feel is likely to win the International Crown?
Dude, I don't think U.S. has much of a chance. Um,
Wow. Wow.
Dude, and I'm a Nelly Korda fan.
Uh-huh.
And I still think it's rigged that she's number 2 player in the world now.
Wow, that's
I'm just kidding. I
crazy.
don't feel that. I think Gino. I think Gino earned it. I think Gino
Right.
earned it. I was just
Right.
playing, but I think we have to go with the world team because you have.
Mm.
So I think it's between 2 teams: the world team and Team Australia, because Australia has more major champions in that team,
Mhm.
and the world team has Charlie, who's a winner, Lydia
Mhm.
Ko, who won in Arizona. And dude, Charlie Hull has had an underrated season because she got second at some event. I remember because
Numerous
she was
times.
like, well, yeah, this year she got second. It was like across the pond, and she like was missed. She missed like 2 par putts, and she lost by 2.
Mm.
But I remember she was like chasing, and I think she like put super aggressive for her birdies, and then
Mhm.
like had like a little bit left, more meat left on the bone, and then couldn't
Mm.
make the putt coming back, and then it was just kind of over. But Charlie Hull's having a pretty good year, playing pretty good golf right now. Um, and then Brooke Henderson is also a winner this year, and we
Yeah,
know
she
she's
got
just
back in the winner's
always,
circle. Yep.
always a solid player. So I would have to go. I probably lean towards the world team because they just have a little bit more depth. But you know, you, if you win the first, like the top 2, you just got to win one more. So I don't know. It's the whole thing is match play because I like when I saw that it felt like a college event because there's like 8 teams,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
like there's 4 players, but college is 5.
Yeah.
But it's all match play, like kind of playoff bracket, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good answer, man. I hate to do it. I hate to say it, but I'm have to go Team Japan, bro. Obviously, I love Mao
Really,
Seigo, major winner,
dude.
man.
Ryo
Again,
Takeda's a good player too.
Rio Takita's a good player. We gotta understand, guys.
Yeah,
The Chevron Championship is similar to the Masters with the PGA. Mal Sego won that this year. She has cooled down just a bit, but I think in terms of a team environment, just adding extra pieces with her can for sure be lethal.
yeah. Be a little
I'm hoping
juice.
next time I play in a LPGA Pro Am. If anybody from the LPGA is watching this, pair me with Mal, please, please. That'll be super fun. But their team has 3 winners this year. 75% of their players have won this year, except for Ayanka Furu, whose best finish, what I said earlier, was a T2. Out of their top 4 players, out of their 4 players, all of them in the top 20. So it shows the type of depth they have, the type of year they're having right now. It's hard for me to go against Team Japan. Now, if I had to
That's
talk,
crazy. The top 20 thing is crazy. That's actually
yeah, yeah,
I didn't look at
yeah,
the rankings. I was just like, I,
okay.
I don't want to pick the team with the best rated players. Like, that's too easy.
Yeah. And I agree with you in regards to the USA team, more so because we look at big moments this year, and we talked about this in earlier episodes. They got swept this year in majors. Not one American won a major this year. Um, and because this has again, this is not the Solheim Cup, which is more comparable to the Ryder Cup. Maybe we kind of compare this a little bit more to maybe President's Cup to a degree. But I just don't see the American team really rallying together and just pulling out a victory. And it's not even on home soil either. So it's going to be in Korea. So I'm just not seeing it. But I do think the team that doesn't, out of respect, stand a chance per se is I go with Team China. Outside of Runying Ying, she's ranked 7 and she's made 12 or 14 cuts and 3 top 10s. After that, Yanni Liu is ranked 106. Wei Wei Zhang is ranked 117, and Ruix Liu is ranked 122. And this is the only team this year without a winner. So it's hard for me
Yeah.
to
And there's
say they're just
3
going to.
outside the top 100.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yikes.
yeah. So it's hard for me to say they're going to rally
Show
something
up.
this week in Korea and show up and be very dominant. Now, granted, they could prove me wrong. I know when it comes to like Olympic basketball, I forgot which NBA player said this. I think it was Kevin Durant. He said, "Man, these guys play a lot different when they're representing their country, as opposed to when they're doing it in the NBA." So China could come back and surprise us, maybe. But in terms of
Sure.
like player notoriety and success this year, hard for me to believe they go to the international crown and really dominate. But I'm more leaning towards Japan. Again, a little biased with Mao Sago, but I think obviously statistically and where people are ranked does back what I'm saying in regards to the possible success we can see at the international crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you say is a sleeper in the international crown?
I'm gonna say Team World because all of those girls, Charlie Hole.
Sleeper.
Yes, 100%. Because they haven't really been dominant in the year in its totality, but they've all come on late, grabbing wins. So they could be like catching fire towards the end of the year because we know we got the CME championships coming up in November. So maybe this is the right time to catch fire. So I'm going with the world team as being sleepers. Who are you saying? Because if I'm go ahead.
I was thinking like they're underrated because like you can't pick Thailand because Thailand has a pretty
Number
good
one
squad.
golfer.
Like you're not,
Yeah.
they're probably not
And
favored, but it's a
Ryder Cup
it's
is a dog of a golfer too. Yeah.
Jutanagar, and then Pajari is like always just a solid finisher. Like she doesn't hit it really far off the tee, but she always just is in a good place, in a good position on the course. So, but I was gonna say Sweden because they have just Maya Stark, who's been kind of cold ever since the U.S. Open.
Yes, yeah.
But I think Lynn Grant's a solid player, not super dominant or anything.
This year she
So
hasn't been, unfortunately.
Yeah, but she plays great golf, and
She does.
you know, I don't know anything about the course in Korea though, so I don't know how.
Yeah, me neither.
Because she does hit it like a little bit longer, so she can do better. But if it's like a short, narrow course, like the DP World Tour had this weekend in India, then it like takes her long game advantage out. But I feel like Sweden is kind of a sleeper. Like these girls are all really solid players. They all can contend really, really well against these like top dog teams. I don't know. That's where I was going with it essentially.
Yeah. Now I agree with it. I thought you were going to say Team Thailand. I mean, maybe they're not necessarily a sleeper, like you said. They got the number one golfer. Araya Jutanagar has been a dog all year. I'm not too familiar with the other two's game. That's why I went with sleeper. Like I'm very familiar with Lynn Grant's game. I've always said she has my favorite swing on tour. I know Maya Starks, how she won earlier in the year. Ingrid Lindblad, I remember her from the Epson Tour. And then Madeline, she's just been a legend pretty much on the LPGA, or a very well-known name. That's the only reason why I didn't go in regards to sleepers. And then we look at the same thing with the Australia team. Minjee Lee, she won the Annika Soren Major Award winner. We know about her. Hannah Green's been a dog. Yeah. And then Grace Kim, man, everything she did at the Evian to beat Gino.
Clutch.
Very clutch, bro. So they just have a little bit more depth, in my opinion. That's just in my opinion of golfers that I know. I don't really know the Thailand team that well, besides Jutanagar and Gino. Yeah. So are you saying? So you're saying sleeper team for you would be Sweden. I'm saying Thailand. You said the team you're not really expecting much from would be the USA team. I said China. And then you're betting on who winning again?
I was actually betting on World. You said because you earlier said that World was a sleeper, and I was all like, dude, I think World is probably favored.
It's very dominated. Yeah.
Yeah, I think World and Australia are probably 1 and 2. Yeah, but I would maybe put Japan as 3 actually. So
that's crazy. 4 players in the top 20, and 75% of their players have won this year.
Well, until you said that, you might have changed my mind about the top 20. The top 20 thing is actually a crazy stat.
Yeah.
That's stacked. Yeah.
Yeah. And Rio Takita's been a dog, and like I said, Mao Sega's been a dog, and Ayanka Furo, I mean, she played in this in 2023, so she has experience, even though she's the only one who hasn't won. I think that helps kind of bolster a little bit to be, to even the playing field throughout all 4 of them in terms of dominance. And she has the experience of playing in these as well, man. So I'm definitely Team Japan. I'm Mao Sego through and through. So really doesn't nothing really changes anything. But I do want to give a shout out to the homie Mike Sclund, PGA pro out here in Arizona. Wrote an amazing book called 50 Yards and In. Guys, if you want to get better at the game of golf, me and Nate have said this numerous times on the podcast. People who are familiar with golf Short game is so important. In this book, Mike talks about the pitch shot, the chip shot. He talks about assessing the lie and what type of shot you should use. He's talking about assessing the shot. All these things are super important in regards to lowering your scores. I know I want to lower my scores. I've already been diving into this book, and you can have the opportunity to look at this book as well. The QR code is going to be on the screen right now. You pause this video, take a picture of QR code, and then you go look at this book on Amazon. Now, if you're driving, because we know we have a lot of listeners, if you're driving, the link is going to be in the description. Just click on the link under 50 yards and in. You go to Amazon, man, and check out the book. If you want to read some of the, what's it called, the prescripts or
Yeah, I don't know.
you know, the fancy English word for reading or whatever.
The back of the book. What's that called? I know exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, check that out. Read it. See if it gives you some interest, man. But I highly recommend this, man. I know a lot of times what we do is we just go on YouTube, look at some YouTube shorts. We get lazy. We just try to pick up a quick tip and move on. This is an in-depth book that helps you get better at 50 yards and in. I highly, highly recommend it, man. But Nate, let's move on to this. We got Ryder Cup things that I've been seeing going around. And Flushing It Golf had this to say about Luke Donald. Luke Donald on whether he will be a captain again on Team Europe at the Ryder Cup at Adair Manor. He said, well, I'm trying to still enjoy this one, whether it be a captain or whether I'm not a captain. If I'm not a captain in 2 years' time, and the captain wants me to be there, then I'm sure I will be happy to help him in any way he wanted. If it were up to you, would you choose to be the captain in 2027? That's what they're asking him. Now, I want to know your thoughts in regards to Luke Donald possibly not being the captain versus why he should be the captain.
Well, he won the 2 Ryder Cups, and he kept the trophy. And I think with how tight like the record is between U.S. and Europe, the Ryder Cup, dude, you got to keep the guy. Like you got to keep the system going and keep the continuity of their leadership. So if I was DP World Tour, I would totally pick Luke Donald. There's no question about it. Yeah. And I don't know if I would go too much and change the vice captains as well. So yeah, I would keep the continuity. Hopefully they still have like the players. Like hopefully Victor Hovland gets healthy. Hopefully Ludwig comes back for your Team Europe. Hopefully Ludwig kind of finds his stride again because he was super hot in 2023 and just not that he's cold now, but just has slowed down a little bit.
Had that knee injury.
Yeah. Oh yeah, had the meniscus tear. That's right. So I don't know why you wouldn't pick Luke Donald.
And obviously, I think it's also up to if he wants to do it. I wouldn't see why he wouldn't want to. Like you do want to keep that momentum and stuff going. Like again, I believe as a player, he's 4-0 in Ryder Cup and he's 2-0 as a captain. Like why not keep going? I like reading the comments. Some people said Ian Poulter.
What? Ian Poulter? Where he like had that he lashed out on a full swing and then went to LIV.
Yeah.
You might as well get Phil on America, dude.
Yeah. Just make it all toxic at this point. This is my thing. If the DP World Tour were not to bring him back, this is similar for me, like The Last Dance with Phil Jackson. What was the owner's name? I'm blanking out. But the owner was like, "Hey, Phil Jackson."
Yeah, they just passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like Phil Jackson and the Bulls can go A2-0, but he would not be the coach next year. And if DP World Tour were to move on to Luke Donald, that's just a thing that came to my head. Like, why would you move on from someone who's had great success in winning you Ryder Cup status? Now, again, we're not saying the DP World Tour is doing that, but the fact that this is even a thought in regards to who's going to be the Ryder Cup captain for Europe is super strange to me unless Luke Donald is saying that he doesn't want it. But if there is some consideration like, do we really want him going back to Europe? It's like that shouldn't even be a thought. Again, 6-0 in its totality in Ryder Cups. You bring this guy back, man. Don't be like Jerry Cross. Don't be like Jerry Cross from the Bulls saying that if we go A2-0, Phil Jackson's not the coach this year. You bring Luke Donald back. You see how long he can keep this streak going. I'm hoping he's going against Stewart Sink, and I want to see Stewart Sink in his streak. But I don't think it makes any sense, you know, not to bring Luke Donald back if it's not in his control. If it's in his control, then yeah, Luke Donald, you do what you want to do, man.
Yeah.
But
He wants
it
to
does sound
retire.
like right, but it does seem like he still wants to be involved though, because he said like if whoever's the captain wants me to assist, then I will indeed insist. But I think Luke Donald should for sure just still stay the captain, man. He's just been too dominant when it comes to the Ryder Cup, and I don't think any of those guys, in terms of, well, I think you obviously got a lot to worry about in regards to John Rahm and this whole situation with Liv not paying the PFI or PIF fines and stuff like that that might hinder him from being a Ryder Cup player. So that whole situation is a whole different conversation in itself. Because again, we talked about you want to be able to bring those guys back. You want to be able to bring Tyra Hatton back. You want to be able to
Yeah.
bring John
The
Rahm
live
back. I
guys.
think, yeah, those are only two live guys I believe they had, man. But I hope they do figure that out because we're going to get to this by the end of the episode. Live Golf seems like it's here to stay based off some things I've been reading. But yeah, I think Luke Donald should remain the captain if DP World Tour is making that decision. But again, if he's making that decision, obviously you're free to do what you want. But I'm not trying to be, I don't know what word I'm trying to use, but I don't want to disregard anything he's feeling. But just like, bro, keep going to it till you can't anymore. You're so hot, bro. Like 6-0 is an
Yeah, I
incredible
know.
record. It's
Do it for
incredible.
your country, but for
Yeah.
the your continent, do it for your continent, Luke Donald.
I would say try to win this one back in Europe one more time and then retire when you have to go back to the US. But win it on your soil one more time and then and then and
Yeah.
then call it.
Get
Yeah.
three-peat. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be incredible, man. But now I do want to move over to the Live rumors, man. So again, Flushing It reported this. Live Golf CEO Scott O'Neill says they have added $500 million in sponsorship in the last 10 months, and that is nowhere near where they'll be in a year from now. In 2025, Live has added several high-profile sponsors: HSBC, Salesforce, with franchises gaining momentum with partnerships too. Well-placed sources have told Flushing It Golf that in the last 10 months, the amount of financial partners within the league as a whole has increased fivefold, with many more in the works ready for the 2026 season. Earlier this month, as we talked about in the last episode, Nate, it was widely reported that it was a $462 million loss in 2024 for Live Golf International business. A huge chunk of that hole has appeared to have been filled already, and Scott O'Neill deserves a huge amount of that credit for making up for that loss of debt. And then obviously Flushing Golf credited Pro Golf Critic for sourcing the video that's on Twitter from Salesforce. So you guys can go look that up if you want more understanding of that. But Nate, the question I have for you is, what does that mean for Live Golf and its longevity in regards to staying around?
Dude, I feel like I've said this for a while, and it's mainly because I watched Colin Coward. Um,
Yeah.
but I think Live is here to stay, and
Hmm.
I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, so I with these like new sponsors, it's significantly more promising that
Hmm.
Live isn't gonna go anywhere, and not only that, but it's like all the discussion about like, hey DJ, you're taking dirty money. Hey Brooks, you're taking dirty money.
Hmm.
When we're getting these sponsors, probably not so much dirty money because it's not
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
Saudi
Right.
bank that they got over there.
Right.
So for sure, I hope Live is here to stay because it is a little bit more entertaining and it definitely brings in a younger crowd and it grows the game of golf. I do hope that it doesn't bring a disrespectful crowd, as I think
For sure.
yes, we want to grow the game. We want more people playing, but at the same time, it's like, yo, don't take my tee time. And the other thing is respect the course. Like have some reverence for the golf course, have some reverence for the game and the history of the game, and the people that like work hard on these golf courses. These greenskeepers that try to
Hmm.
do their best to maintain the courses. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, that's a side note.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I think it's really really promising for Live, and it also has more like events in the U.S. too, which would be cool. Like
Hmm.
I want them to have
Yeah.
another event in Arizona so we
I
can
would
go.
love for them to have another one in
Yeah,
Arizona. Preferably Phoenix, bro. I mean, there's not much in Tucson. Again, I remember my buddy saying when they did have one in Tucson at the inaugural year for Live, it just wasn't really fan conducive. Like trying to walk the other holes was just really, really tough. I just feel like there's so many courses um, in Phoenix that they can partake in.
Yeah.
I know you're not really a fan of Wigwam at all, Nate. I love Wigwam, but the only reason why I'm saying Wigwam because they have the College All-American golf tournament there, and it's very fan conducive and stuff. They have like music playing, all this type of stuff, man. It's always a good time. I get to play in the pro-am there. I go watch one of the tournaments every single year, man. So I think Wigwam has the space for it. And in terms of like accessibility to parking, there's so much space in Lynchfield that could allow
Well, I
that
was
to
gonna say,
work with.
I feel like the parking and getting people in there would be the hardest because it's like a tiny, uh, but
Well,
Wigwam
yeah,
is super
I
easy.
guess like the funnel into there is tough, but once you get in there,
Yeah.
there's a lot of parking and stuff like that, dirt roads that they can turn into parking space. But yeah,
Yeah.
funneling in there would be tough. I do agree. I do agree.
I'm like, where would you put the vans? But you can put the vans like on by the driving range, because there's like a bunch of space there at Wigwam.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, I would say
yeah.
like Southern Dunes. I would say
So the dunes
Wigwam
have been
is
fun.
yeah, Wigwam is a super easy place to get around though. Like if you're gonna walk around as a spectator, Wigwam is
Yeah,
fantastic for that.
yeah,
But I think Southern Dunes would be really cool too.
yeah. I haven't played down there. Is that fan? Because the whole thing is like you want your fans to leave the event saying I enjoyed it. I think with Tucson, what my buddy had told me at that one point in time is like the golf was cool, but he didn't enjoy it because it was just tough, like getting around. They do shotgun start, so it's like, man, if I really want to go see this person, I
Oh,
really have to, yeah, I really got to jump over here to this hole and stuff like that.
I forgot about
So,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Southern Dunes is cool because there's like a point like hole like 17 or sorry like 15, 16, and
Hmm.
then and like 5 and 6 all meet at this one point. But it's
Oh,
like
so you can get all action right there.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like where the bathrooms are. So like that, which is that's how courses design it. Like if there's like
yeah,
this one place where everybody meets, uh, so it's super easy. Like if you're like on hole 6, you can like hop over to 15, and then I can't remember which hole it is exactly,
yeah,
but I think Southern Dunes would be great. Like there's like a lane where you drive in at Southern Dunes, and it's like Magnolia Lane, but for
yeah,
Southern Dunes, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, but it is like way out there. So like if everyone
It
wants to
is.
go
It
there,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say the same thing about. I'm a little biased. So this course, I love Seville Golf and Country Club down in Gilbert.
Dude,
They used
Seville
to
would be
have
great.
the
Yeah.
they used to have the 4 championships down there at the LPGA. I think maybe 3 years ago. I love hole 17. It's kind of like TPT Sawgrass Island par 3 shot. I feel like that'll be a fun hole to be around. I also enjoy. I believe it's. Dang it! I believe I'm trying to think about my episode with Tracy. It might be hole 16, which is like a drivable par 4. Like that would be fun, but you got water to the right, so you got to
Yep.
be
It's 16.
careful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 16, bro. Like that would be super fun too, man. But I guess in regards to the question I asked you, I think they're here to stay as well. I think one thing you made a great point of last time is obviously the Saudis have an unfathomable amount of money. So even if they count a loss, it's like, so what? We're not like really losing anything. If they just clearly enjoy golf, then they can just continue to do this how long they want, as long as you just keep the players paid at that point, because that's where a lot of the players at this point, if you're going to live, I think there are some players on live that still love to compete. I do think some of them just chase the bag and they just kind of like treating it as leisure golf. But if they're able to keep the players satisfied, then the, they're going to be here for a while. I think the thing that does suck that's going to hinder certain players from going is again the issue that like Rom and them are having with Live not going to pay their fines for like DP World Tour and stuff. And they need those tours like DP World Tour, Asian Tour. They need those tours to better themselves in world rankings and qualifying for these
Ryder
majors
Cup.
because
Yeah. Or majors. Yeah.
Live doesn't really help you in regards to at least not fully for getting into majors and stuff. I remember when Joaquin Niemann won one of the Live tournaments, he ended up qualifying for, I believe, the PGA Championship or the U.S. Open.
So yeah.
But a lot of those times they wait till the Live season over. They're like, okay, I gotta go play DP World Tour. I gotta go play Asian Tour. So hopefully they can come to some conclusion with that, or not conclusion, because they can come to a conclusion that's not benefiting the LIV players, but hopefully they can come to
like a settlement
a
or
settlement or agreement which still allows them to do so, man. But I do think LIV is here to stay, bro.
yeah. Do you know why Liv can't be like among World Golf rankings? Like what? Or is it just the field is too small? I forget like what the rules are.
I would think that's a valid reason to think so. There is no cut line. Obviously, it's just 54 guys, and I'm sure there's. Hey guys, you let us know in the comments too. Like, why aren't those guys able to be a part of the official World Golf rankings? They've been fighting for it for a long time,
Yeah.
um, but I'm not fully sure. Please don't knock me and Nate for missing this one point that you probably guys want an answer to. But yeah, I'm not
Dude.
fully sure.
So I just Googled it and that's what Google
Okay.
AI says. Denied. Liv applied for it,
I know
and
they
then
applied for
they
it
got
twice.
yeah, and then they got denied.
Yeah.
It lacks a relegation system, which goes against the overall World Golf rankings requirement for open qualifying schools. Format and exclusivity issues. Oh, so like it's not like it's because these events aren't open.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's not like these opens.
Well, so then if that's the case, I mean, is Liv shooting themselves in the foot in
Yeah,
regards to
like
that?
could you, like I'm curious, could you, because if you were Liv, then like one way you could solve this is like in college tournaments you'd have like individuals play. It's like track meets. You know how like at
Yeah.
track meets you have like an individual runner, um, or like someone who runs unattached. Like
Yeah.
that could be a way they do it. It's just like, hey, you play unattached, you can win the tournament as an individual, but you don't do anything for any team.
I think they have two wild card spots though for those players. Like Anthony Kim is in one of those spots, but he's not a part of a team, but he's in like a wild card spot.
Oh,
I don't know if they should. I don't know if they should open more spots to those guys. But then
yeah,
again,
just like or just like
but
some
you,
random dude. Like if you can
but
like
the
have a
issue,
if
yeah,
like a
but so
Monday
the issue is,
qualifier for a live event.
or that. But I said the issue is with them doing shotgun start, and you have what 18 holes, 3 players per hole. Do you just add an individual player to make it 4 people per hole now?
Yeah, that'll slow
Yeah,
things down a lot.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
do you make a cut line? But then at that point, you're just pretty much turning into the PGA format, and they're trying to be different because now if you make a cut line, do you have to make it 4 days now? Because it's not fair to make it a 1 day cut line, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot
This
of
like
complications. Go ahead.
the reason for rejection is tournament format. Live events are 54 holes without a cut, whereas overall
Yeah,
world golf requires 72 hole tournaments with
yeah,
36 hole cut. I didn't
I
know that
think
was
that's
a
fair.
requirement.
I
I didn't
think
know that
that's
was a
fair though.
requirement. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Because I thought you could. I don't know. I thought you could have 54. And then the field sizes. Live fields are capped at 48 players, which is
with
the overall. Which the
with
overall world
six
golf.
wildcard players, right? I think.
Yeah, so like, because I
Yeah,
thought it was 54, but
yeah, yeah. Go
they
ahead.
said, but the overall world golf standard of an average of 75. Their field is 75 golfers per season, and then the other thing was just like the qualification and access to like um and then team format,
I don't think
which
team
it's
format
not.
should have anything to do with it. It doesn't matter. If you shoot
Yeah,
low and your team lose, so what? You shot low.
yeah, like that, because they're still individual.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I hope this is the thing too. So maybe this is what the Live has to do to like make them a little bit more sustainable, especially for players that really want to chase things like Ryder Cup, some status, that kind of
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Is like they should just be okay with changing their format.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's the thing
because you
that Scott O'Neill's going to have to consider. I would hope they have like a committee, like I don't say a union, because you're like the homie Novak said, like you're pretty much an individual contractor at that point. But like hopefully you can get guys like okay, Bubba Watson, Bryson DeChambeau, John Ron. Let's talk about this. Like,
yeah,
what
Players
should we do?
Association. Yeah,
Yes, what should we do that best helps you guys, but doesn't hinder what we're trying to do as a golf league per se.
yeah, yeah. Because they are trying to make it more casual and like, hey, play less golf, make the same amount of money. Like that. Just that's they are for sure trying to do that, and there's no hate. I don't hate that at all,
Yeah,
but they should still try to reformat. And it's not wrong to reformat. You're literally a new league. You should be
yeah,
okay with making changes, learning from the past years, and making what might look like big changes early on, because we're trying to refine and fine tune some of these things. And so things like from logistics to like, hey, are we going to put stands up around every green, stuff like
Yeah.
that, versus like, hey, how are we going to format this? Are we going to do shotgun every weekend? I also think
Yeah.
shotgun is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, they get out a lot quicker, obviously, and I guess for the fans, you can feel as like you can be there and watch golf and not feel like you have to be there all day. Again, like let's say if me and you went to Waste Management and it's like, all right, dog, we really want to go see Victor Hovland. He didn't play in it last year, but let's say hypothetically we want to see Victor Hovland playing. He tees off at 8 a.m. And I'm like, dog, I want to see Max Homa play, but he tees off at 12:30 p.m. And it's
Yeah,
like,
Victor Hovland had a bad
yeah,
start to the weekend.
yeah,
So then
yeah,
like he's playing early, and then Max home. I
yeah.
get that, and,
And we're
and it's
just there.
also like,
If you're trying to favor the fans, now we're there all day to see both when we can just really be there at one whole time. Yeah,
part of me is like, I'm okay with being there all day, because
me and you are.
golf.
We're golf heads. Yeah,
But like this is how, like, this is my best analogy. Is like, if I'm gonna go hang out with my friend and they live an hour away, I don't want to go hang out with them for 30 minutes and then leave. You know what I'm saying? So if like the further I drive to get to somewhere, the more I want to like stay and
for
hang
sure.
out and like make
Yep.
more of my time.
Yeah,
Golf tournaments are hard to get in and out of. It's not like,
they
I
are.
feel like football games are a little bit easier to get in and out of.
Do you
So it's
think
like, if I,
so?
yeah, I think so. Like, I like the Cardinals
I can
games
see
are
that. I
like,
can see that. I can see that. I can see it. It's still
because like,
hard for both, but I can see. I can see that.
yeah, but like golf tournaments, you have to park far away, get shuttled, and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
true. That's
it's like, I
100%
want to
true.
be there. Yeah, I want to be there at 10, but I have to leave at 9. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
so
that
like,
is indeed true.
that's why I'm okay with like, yo, if I have to be here all day, like, hey, I worked my butt off to freaking get here. So like, I
Yeah.
want to make my time here worth it. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like most sporting events, like they have a, like, tip off is here, kickoff is this time, and
Hmm.
with golf, it's like, hey, the the first guy's tees off at this time, but then you can show up whenever you want. And when it's live, it's shotgun. It's like, hey, everyone's gonna tee off at this time right now.
Yeah,
Like,
we have to be there. Yeah. Pros and cons. Yeah. But Nate, I want to move on to this, man. So golfmagic.com said this in regards to Live once again. Live are now on the lookout to replace Henrik Stenson, Andy Ogletree, Mito Piera, and Euben Jangang and Frederick Ketterup. Former Open champion Stenson was previously exempt from regulation as he was a team captain, but the rules were changed last year. Former PGA Tour star turned golf yeti Anthony Kim was also relegated, although he's only participated in live events as one of the two wild cards, as I mentioned earlier. Kim will turn his attention to the Asian Tour International Series to try and get his spot back with live, which again is why I said a lot of people are playing Asian Tour stuff. It comes to no surprise that several PGA Tour members, two winners, and a DP World Tour star have been linked with big money moves to live. What PGA winner do you think can be linked to Live Golf? And I'm gonna help us out here real quick. So, a few winners dating back from April to October. You got Brian Harmon, won a Valero. Rory McIlroy won the Masters. RBC Heritage was Justin Thomas. Corals Punta was Garrett Hingo. Zurich Classic was Ben Griffin and Andrew Novak. The Byron Nelson was Scotty Scheffler. Truist was Sepp Straka. The Myrtle Beach Classic was Ryan Fox. PGA Championship, Scotty Scheffler. Charles Schwab, Ben Griffin. The Memorial, Scotty Scheffler once again. RBC Canadian Open, Ryan Fox. US Open, JJ Spawn. Travelers, Keegan Bradley. Rocket Classic, Aldrich Pot Eater. John Deere Classic, Brian Campbell. Genesis Scottish Open, Chris Gotterup. The ISCO Championships, William Mao. The Open Championship, Scotty Scheffler. The Barracuda was Ryan Garrard. 3M Open was Kurt Kitayama. Wyndham
yeah.
Championships, was Cameron Young. FedEx St. Jude was Justin Rose. And BMW was Scotty Scheffler. Tour Championship, Tommy Fleetwood. Procore, Scotty Scheffler. And the Sanders Farmer Championship was Stephen Fisk. So, which two golfers do you believe in their winners on the PGA Tour are possibly linked to going to LIV Golf, man? I would love to hear your thoughts. So we can already eliminate this. There's no chance it's going to be Scotty, no chance it's going to be Tommy Fleetwood, no chance it's going to be Justin Rose, Keegan Bradley, or Justin Thomas, or obviously Rory McIlroy. But yeah, let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say there's no chance it's gonna be all those guys. I was actually about to say that.
Yes.
So, dude, at the last episode or last time we talked, I was thinking, I was like, get a big name, get everybody's fan favorite.
Yeah.
You know who I think would be a fan favorite that they can get that just won? Cam Young. Like if I was LIV, dude, if I was LIV, I would actually I'd give him a blank check. I'd be like, yo, what do you need? What do you want? Blank check. Because he just became a star when he won, was it the ISCO?
No, the Wyndham Championship.
When he won the
Stephen Fist won the
Wyndham.
No, not Stephen Fist, sorry. ISCO was William Mao. But yeah, Cam Young won the Wyndham Championship, yeah.
Yeah, he became a star when he won Wyndham. And then who did he beat at the Ryder Cup? Wasn't it like...
Who he paired with in singles?
Yeah, in singles. He made that putt on 18 to freaking win it. And like Russell Henley had the same putt. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember who he beat. But it was like a big name. And like, dude, New York was going crazy. And I think like the whole golf world was just a big Cam Young fan out of nowhere because of this guy. Like, which, dude, that was probably Keegan Bradley's best decision he made as captain.
That was a great pick. That was a great pick.
Yeah. So, anyways, with his more or less notoriety, dude, I would pick Cam Young. If I was like blank check, dude, I'd just be like blank check. What do you want? Just like what I would do if I was LIV and I was trying to get Max Homa. I'd be like blank check. What do you need?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Max Homa wouldn't be in that conversation because he didn't win this year. So it's linked to winners. It's linked
Is it linked to winners this year or just like
this
people
year
who've won in history?
This year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Cam Young, and actually, I kind of think Potgieter fits the bill. Now that you
That's
said
who I had. I'm gonna let you go, but
really?
I had Aldrich Potgieter too. Yes, absolutely.
Really, dude.
Yes.
I think he fits the bill because he's really young. He's like 20, right?
Yeah.
And I think being like if you throw like $1 billion in front of a 20-year-old, it is a lot more significant than you could say it both ways. I feel like someone who's 30 is like, well, I already worked so hard my whole life. I don't really want to keep working hard. I'll just take the money. Whereas a young guy could be like,
he's only 21.
He's 21, dude. I feel like that could be so overwhelming that he's like, I gotta get it, So I can see it going both ways. Like the younger guy would fall for the money more, whereas the older guy would just coast out more. But I think, and I don't know why, but I just think like he hits bombs.
Well, he does 100%.
Dude, yes, he hits bombs, and like I feel like the LIV events kind of want those big hitters. Like they got the Brysons, the Bubbas, and they got the ASU kid.
Yeah, Joseph Ballester. Yeah,
like dude, that guy hits it a country mile, and
imagine they do stuff like when they play in Mexico and the altitude is crazy, and they can just
and they had John Rahm hit it like 400 yards.
And Phil Mickelson was bombing it too. Yeah.
I feel like LIV likes that kind of golf, so I could see Potgieter going.
Yeah. I like that. So I agree with you. I think one being Aldrich Potgieter. I also think one can be, hear me out, Brian Harman, because they love getting former major winners. Brian Harman is 38, 39 years old. So in terms of age, he's getting up in age. You see Dustin Johnson's 40. He's up out of there. Brooks Koepka's up out of their field. So these guys who are aging have won major championships. They like bringing those guys over. And he won the Valero. So he's one of the guys that fixed the qualifications of what LIV wants. I don't know his personality per se, but I don't know if he's like, well, I didn't even get picked for the Ryder Cup, which I thought I was this year. And I'm not quoting him, but he can be like, okay, I'm not really in my prime anymore. So with people saying if you go to LIV, you can't play in the Ryder Cup, he might be like, I'm not even gonna get picked anymore anyways. I didn't get picked this year, and I had a pretty decent year. I might as well get a big payday. So I'm thinking Brian Harman could possibly be one of them. And he
I
doesn't
was
have the
actually
most
thinking,
funnest. Yeah, he don't have the best personality in regards to like this stigma we put on LIV Golf. But I think that's a fair
dude, but
assumption to say Brian Harman.
was it DP World Tour? He threw his club, dude. Like he
Yeah,
was, like maybe that's just like that's like him being like, screw it. Like
yeah, yeah.
I'm just
Could
gonna
be.
let a little bit more personality out there because I've been containing myself for the PGA, but since I'm
Yeah,
considering LIV, I'm just gonna
yeah, yeah, yeah.
let
Just
my
let my
emotions out a little bit more.
exactly. We see. I mean, we do see this on PGA, but like we seen like Brooks Koepka throw his club and break the tee box marker
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
T marker thing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But also, I roll my eyes because Rory also did the same thing on the PGA, so maybe it doesn't really have much
yeah, Oakmont.
consideration.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, absolutely. But my reason for saying Audric Pot Eater, yes, he's 21, young, been on the PGA Tour, but we see they like to grab young phenoms too.
yeah.
They went with Caleb Sarant, right out of Tennessee to go play with John Rahm, as well as Joseph Ballester. They went to go get him. You got what's the other homie name from ASU? David Pugh. That how you say his name? He's
Oh,
also
okay.
he went to ASU. He's also on LIV as well. So they like getting young guys. I was also thinking maybe he's not really linked to the rumor that they said, but like Sam Bennett, bro,
Dude, the A&M
big
kid.
hitter,
Yeah,
yeah, big hitter as well, and kind of a I want to say a bit of a cocky personality too. That kind of matches Liv personality because
yeah.
I
He
mean
has a little bit of
when
confidence. Yeah,
yeah, because when he was like what top five the Masters the year he played, he was like I've played way tougher tournaments than that. Like who says that about the Masters,
I
right? Yeah,
know.
I
He is
played
like, get
harder
out of here.
tournaments
But
than that. Yeah,
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 but he's a good
yeah.
player. He kind of more or less. I think he's on the Corn Fair right
He
now,
is on
but
the
he
corn
more or
ferry. He
less
is on the corn ferry.
disappeared.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
did.
more or less
Yeah,
disappeared, and it's like, dude. But if we hear the name again, we will instantly know. Like, yeah, that's that guy. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Agreed. Agreed. We also had some past rumors too of guys who were linked to Live Golf. Remember, at one point it had Tony Finau. His name was being murmured around, but he shut down those rumors pretty quick. I've been saying Wyndham Clark, and he also got offered a big payday, maybe like the second year of Live, but he denied it. And also another name was Marco Pinch, who just won on DP World Tour, but he just denied those rumors too, saying he's getting ready to move his family to America to get ready for the PGA Tour. So he's also not in that as well. But going back to what I kind of spoke about earlier, man, the thing that sucks about maybe people being hesitant to go to Live Golf is the DP memberships are at risk. Their DP World Tour memberships are at risk of being taken away because if they stay on Live. Sergio Garcia has given up his DP World Tour membership, which has consequences for switching to Live, and also has been consequential for him playing in the Ryder Cup. So I think a lot of people are going to have to think like, man, do I really want to go to Live, even if I get this big payday, if it's going to hinder me from possibly playing like the Open Championships, the Masters, the PGA Championships? Because I know a young guy like a Caleb Sarant. If you really want to make your name known in the golf space, you have to be able to qualify for majors or be able to play in majors, bro. Because if you just, as of currently right now, until maybe Live becomes something more, we're not going to really remember your name unless you went to the University of Tennessee, you're a golf fan, or you're just a golf nerd like me and Nate to know who Caleb Sarant is. But if you want to start to get your name out there and be like, okay, this guy Caleb Sarant is really, really good, got to find a way. You got to find a way, or for him, because he didn't already have PGA status, let's say if he decides not to do Live, he's going to have to do the Q School and the Corn Ferry. I mean, he's well paid now, so he can fund himself
yeah, it's
all he
like, why would
wants.
you want to
But
do that if you're well paid? Yeah,
yeah, well, but my whole thing is like, if he wants to play on some majors, if he wants to play on some majors, man, you I don't know. You just kind of hope they can figure out this conflict, man, that
yeah.
allows him
Well,
to still do this. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Q school won't get you in the majors, but it
It
like,
won't, but you'll start working towards PGA status to be able to
yeah,
qualify
like
or play in qualifiers for majors.
Yeah, like honestly, what they have to do is like do like the U.S. Open qualifier. I don't
Yeah,
know if there's a Open qualifier or whatever, but like,
there is,
or
there is. 'Cause I remember some
yeah,
dude chipped in as an amateur and made it into the field. Obviously, I didn't hear nothing
yeah,
after that, but yeah, he
and
made it. Yeah.
like the Masters is invite only.
Yep.
Like the only way you could do is like Monday qualifier for some of these events.
Yeah. 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 I don't know, man. It's a lot, but I mean, I hope they're able to figure it out, bro.
Yeah, get these
With the
kids
friction
because I want to
between
see
the
these.
yeah, these young guns. Yeah, yeah. All
I
these
want to
guys
see
will
them
be here.
play at Augusta. I want to see
Yeah,
how they do there. Yeah.
I agree. I 100% agree. All right, man. Last thing, man, to conclude again, for you guys, please like and subscribe. Please rate us on Spotify, comment, do all this stuff. Again, if you hit me up asking my opinion about what I think about this golf thing, I'm gonna just send you this link, and you have to listen because I'm not talking about it with you anymore. Especially if you know me and Nate, I'm not talking to you golf anymore. Now, if I meet a stranger, yeah, I'll talk to them golf. But if you know me and Nate is gonna send you the link. All right, man. So Tiger Woods just recently went through a disc replacement surgery or fusion. Was
Hmm.
it a fusion? Yep, adding to a
It looked
long
like a
list of
disc replacement.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, adding to a long list of career injuries. And here's a few stuff. I'm not gonna name all of them because it's a bunch. So obviously we got 2025. He ruptured his Achilles. 2012 he ruptured. I mean he restrained that same Achilles. 2011 Achilles strain, same foot. 2008 had a double stress fracture. 2005, like I said, the disc replacement surgery. 2024, the micro-compression surgery. 2021, the
Yeah.
surgery to remove a bone fragments from his back. You got 2019, the oblique strain. The 2010, inflamed face joint. 2019, acute neck strain. 2006, injured muscle in his shoulder blade. I mean, there's a long, long list that Golf Digest has posted showing all of his injuries, man. And again, if you would have saw Nate Wong, probably wouldn't have half those injuries. But can we expect to see Tiger playing on the PGA Tour, or should he just kind of get ready to play on the PGA Champions Tour and just focus on TGL, or maybe have more of an administrative role in the PGA Tour? So I'll learn your thoughts with that. And he's almost 50. He's almost 50.
Dude, I think he can come back, and
Wow.
part of me is just being wishful, but I'm
Hmm.
also like the physical therapist that thinks you can come back from anything. I think
Yeah.
the human body is quite resilient, and we can get through we can experience quite a bit of trauma and get through it and recover
Hmm.
pretty well. So, but that's usually my camp. I want him to get back. I think the the thing was I think the thing is with his Achilles is like it's like the car accident might have caused some sort of weakness in the
Hmm.
calf because the calf is probably the most impacted muscle after like any ankle injury, whether it's a
Hmm.
fracture, which is what he sustained.
Hmm.
Um, So I think the car accident might have been like a precursor or like increases risk of getting an Achilles tear. And then now that he got the tear, it's going to be really hard to walk 18 holes, especially at a course like Augusta
Yeah. And
for
PGA
four
Champions
days in a
Tour,
row.
and PGA Champions Tour is only 3 days.
Oh, really? Yeah. So
Yeah.
so it's hard. It's really hard because dude, if they had a GPS monitoring system on these golfers, I bet you they walk 13 miles, over
Hmm.
5 hours, right? So,
Yeah.
and that's 4 days in a row. So, um, I feel
And
like that would be really hard.
you're super hopeful for him because I mean I only named probably 10 injuries. He has 33 injuries on here.
I know, I know.
That's a
The
lot.
the all the back stuff is
Yeah.
like I don't know, like the disectomies and stuff like that. The thing is with the spine is that lots of people will have these things that pop up on their MRIs and they're
Hmm.
completely healthy and they can do whatever they want. They can have a bone spur, a bulging disc, even a really bad bulging disc, or they can have uh, a degenerated disc and they're completely fine.
Yeah.
Um, we actually know that back pain is more linked to things like stress, anxiety levels, depression, and stuff like that. So I wonder if
Yeah.
like Tiger not Tiger not being able to golf made his back hurt more because it's like a bit of who he is,
Mm.
and that I'm not saying obviously there's something going on in his back. I'm not saying there's nothing to do with his back, but I just think like these added psychological factors usually play a bigger role in back pain than people think. So,
Right.
But yeah, and I think the disc replacement. So this is actually a crazy story. So I had a patient come to me one time, and he was like limping. He couldn't walk, and like every time he put weight on his, I think, right leg, I can't remember exactly, he would like fall over. And then like, so I was helping this guy, and I hadn't seen, and then like all of a sudden he just falls off my schedule, and I haven't seen this guy in forever. And then he like calls me one day. He goes, "Hey Nate, sorry you haven't heard from me in a while." I thought this guy like hated me because I didn't help him at all because he was like limping, and I was all like, I don't know what's going on, and he just fell off my schedule, never returning to my calls. But he calls me. He goes, "Hey Nate, I just want to let you know I went to Europe to go get this disc replacement, and I want to come back and see you because you are like very kind and you seemed caring." So I was like, "Oh yeah,
and you're the best PT in Arizona."
Sure. I don't know about that. I try to at least convey that I want I care for someone's well-being, But yeah, he's all like, "Yeah, I was coming back to see you." He comes in and he shows me a video of him before the surgery and then after the surgery. And it was crazy. Like he tried to walk. He was like all leaned over, his back, like he was just in a ton of pain. And then they wheelchaired him in to the operating room, or he was wheelchairing going in to like get ready for the procedure. And then when he got out of the procedure, they wheelchaired him out, and he just stood up and he walked straight. So that's probably the same surgery that Tiger Woods had or is getting. He had the surgery, right?
Yeah, he's had the surgery already.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be as long. I think they said it could be
Yeah, it's
anywhere
like
from
8
6
weeks.
to 8 weeks or 3 to 4 months, depending. So that's like maybe March, possibly.
Yeah.
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 And that's
So,
to be clear. I don't even know if you're like gonna fully
yeah.
be who
So
you think you are.
the video you sent, where the guy talked about like healing times, and I feel like when it comes to sports medicine, people should try to delineate between healing times and like readiness. So like right now, I'm healed enough to run a marathon, but am I ready to run a marathon? Probably not. I'd probably die if I ran a freaking marathon right now. But and I think that's got to be the case with Tiger. Is like, hey, you might be healed at 8 weeks to play some golf and play 18 holes, but is your body actually ready for that? And that's what his team needs to do to build him back up, is to improve his readiness for golf, and not just like, hey, are you healed enough? Does your MRI look good? Does your X-ray look good? The question should be, can your tissues tolerate golf? Whether it's his back, his ankle, or his shoulders, can they tolerate golf and golf for 4 days with very minimal rest? And I think he can. I think he can return to that. I'm hopeful that he does.
I mean, I'm hoping too, just because of the name. But I think sometimes watching Tiger play, it's very sad. It's very sad watching. Like when he made the
When
cut
he
at the
limps,
Masters,
yeah.
it's like, bro, this looks terrible. I don't want to remember you like this, bro. And like I said, I don't know what his goal is. Like, is his goal still to catch Jack? There's no way you're about to win 3 majors. I'm sorry. There's no way you're going to win 3 majors. Oh, yeah, I don't know, man. I personally I think Bruce said this a long time ago. I think me and Bruce said that when we first met, when I did my Golf and Gospel episode with the Veteran Golf Association, that it's time for Tiger just to be a dad. Be a dad, bro. And it's hard for us
Yeah.
to say that as Tigers fans. I get it. It's just
Yeah,
time for
yeah,
him
that's
to be a
honestly,
dad.
it's kind of selfish. Like, I want to see the greatness. Like, at the very least, we have these highlights, and
I'm gonna try to turn this light on too. 1 second.
you're good.
Got too dark in here.
I know, it got dark real fast for you.
Yeah. Hey, this I have to do. Sorry, I'm not Dan Rappaport and Nightcap, so I can't have the quality
Cool
that we
studio.
would like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But go ahead,
No,
man.
but I think selfishly, I want Tiger to come back, and I do. At the very least, like, we have these like cool highlight reels that he has, and I think when I was watching the Open, because it was overseas.
The last one he won, of
You
course,
know,
the Open was overseas.
No, the Open, not like. Oh no,
Oh,
sorry. I was watching the Open this year,
okay.
but like since it's overseas and like
Yeah.
when I tune in, they're not playing.
hmm Yeah.
They'll like show like old Open like
Oh, they will.
results and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So then
You
they'll
just see
show like
Tiger.
Tiger winning.
Yeah,
It's like weird because we know what happens, we know how the story ends, but then like
yeah.
when you watch it, you're like, I forgot how it happened.
I love
So
going
you'll
back
kind
to
of
the
like
2019 Masters. I love it.
that dude, or like, and then like you'll see him. There was like they played like a playoff against. It was him and I think it was some guy. It wasn't anyone famous. I can't remember. It was like 2003 or whatever. And it's like Tiger hits like a bad shot, and I was like, I thought this was the one that he just ropes it to 10 feet and makes the putt. He like chunks it and has to get up and down to save par to put like force a second playoff hole, and then it goes to like Monday and stuff like that. So it's cool because you can see like the nerves actually gets to this guy. Like, oh, this guy's human, you know. Um, but at least we'll have the highlights. I'm hopeful that he gets back. I hope that he has a good team that knows like how to make his body ready. And I
hmm
hope he's open to hearing about like, hey, this is the work I think he would be actually. But like this is the work you have to do to prep your tissues to get ready for the demands of your sport. Like an MRI or an X-ray or whatever random test won't test for that. And if he
Yeah.
finds a test that can do that, then I think he'll be good.
I mean, one can hope so, man. I mean, I always think about situations like this, like as an NFL player with my hamstrings, bro. I always think like, Lord, are you giving me a trial to be reliant on you to overcome and be successful, or are you calling me to be done? And I don't think Tiger by any chance is a believer, but I think those are certain things you got to put in consideration, man. Because I used to battle that all the time. Like, Lord, are you calling me to be? Because that was really my thoughts after Detroit. I'm thinking in Detroit, like, okay, this is a trial where the Lord wants me to be reliant on Him. I'm gonna go to the CFL, I'm gonna ball out, and I'm gonna come back to the NFL, and I'm gonna see the fruits of all my hard work that I've trained and prayed for come to life in my second stint back in the NFL. Unfortunately, I've come to understand that the Lord was calling me out of football. Um, I think sometimes it's just hard to decipher between the two because, for me at least personally, I never want to come to my own understanding or my own conclusion. I want to make sure it's the Lord's will. And sometimes He could be speaking to someone through injury or through other situations that can be happening throughout your life. I am not a prophet or saying that I'm speaking that this is the case for Tiger because let's say hypothetically it is a situation where it's like, look at everything he's been through and I'm going to help him win another major. Could be. Now, from a reality, an earthly standpoint, the odds don't look like it. But again, the Lord's sovereignty can also just be like, Tiger, please sit down. I want you to be a father to Charlie. I want to see how you can, again, from an administrative standpoint, help the PGA get new ideas to, be more attractive in terms of the golf space. I like what I gave you the idea with TGL. I want to see you do that more because TGL allows Tiger to still play golf without having the physical demands of walking, what you say, 13 miles, right? But
Yeah.
still be able to be with your guys in this fan friendly environment, just playing the sports you like with guys like Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Ludwig Oberg, Tony Finau, Sahith Theegala. Like, you still get to be around you guys. You still got your Hero Worlds Challenge where, you can still just go there. You don't have to play in it. You're still around the guys. I mean, that's what Jack does with Memorial. Obviously, Jack's way more older, but I mean, Tiger might be in one of those situations where the Lord can be speaking through him through injury, or we can be seeing one of the most dominant stories of a guy going through 33 injuries and coming out getting another
Come back
victory.
and win.
But I don't know. I'm not the guy to make that call, but that's just some things to consider. But again, Tiger, I don't believe he has a relationship with the Lord like that. But those are just my thoughts. Um, I think like Bruce says, he's just gonna be a father. Maybe play on a couple PGA Tour championships and focus on TGL, bro. There's nothing wrong with that because it doesn't. You're not hurting your legacy. I
Yeah,
mean, if you do win another one, it's amazing, but it's like you're still who you are to us, even if you don't play.
Yeah, well, his legacy was cemented in the 2000s, like, and then I think like the 2019 Master was just like, a cherry on top.
I forgot who posted. I don't know if it was Golf Digest or Golf Channel. How they broke up Tiger's career and was like he's had 3 Hall of Fame careers. Like when you
Yeah,
look at the
probably. Yeah,
'90s, like the '90s, and then like the 2000s, and it's like a little bit in the like
and then like
2010s
one
and
year,
on, right?
2004. Yeah,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
year
Oh
could
yeah,
have been
yeah,
that could have been a Hall of Fame career right there.
yeah. So yeah, yeah, and I think he knows that. But maybe he's like, man, I got to reach these goals. But I'm not Tiger, and I was nowhere near the dominant player in the NFL. But I just know that was my mindset. Like when I pulled my hamstring with Detroit and they let me go, I was like, nah, the Lord's gonna help me get through this. I'm gonna go to CFL, do all this. When the whole time the Lord was calling me to something different, and it's a hard reality to take because you've been playing football. I've been playing football my whole entire life. Don't know nothing outside of football, but I just think this possibly could be the same thing for Tiger, unless again he comes to Arizona, he starts working with you, and then you could be a part of his story, Nate, and we can see some
Yeah,
success happening.
yeah. But I think like to your point, like for you, it's harder because your whole life was football.
Hmm. I
Whereas
have
for
a little bit of
Tiger,
relatability, yeah,
yeah.
a
Whereas Tiger
minuscule.
has yeah, yeah. But like Tiger has a lot other things going on now. Like he's developing
Hmm.
a league. He
Yeah.
was like I think he was in the Players Association for the PGA Tour, and
Hmm.
he is in these meetings in these boardrooms
Yeah.
when they're planning these events and stuff like that, or just kind of how the season's gonna go and stuff. So like, and he's super high up with Monster. He started his own clothing company, so he's got a
Yeah.
lot
Sunday
going
Red.
on
Yeah.
for him. Yeah, he's got a lot going on for him outside of golf. Um, but I'm just like, I bet that competitor in him is like, I just want to be good at golf again. He's just like, I bet he's like Tom Brady or like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
remember your boy Eli Manning saying on like Jimmy Kimmel or something like that. He's all like, when Tom Brady retired the first time, and he's all like, maybe I might come back. And Eli Manning's all like, when you say that, you're coming back.
Yeah.
Whereas when Eli Manning is retired, he's like, when I retired, I was like, I'm done. I'm not going back to football.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like Tiger might be like that. Maybe he might come back, and
You know
when
what's
it's like
funny?
that, it's like he's coming back.
It seems like all the greats do that. I mean, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan threatened to retire twice. Actually, did retire, then came back, went to go play baseball, came back.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just a goat
Gronk.
thing.
Yeah.
Gronk came back, won a Super.
Gronk came
It
back.
is
Tony
probably,
Gonzalez said he almost came back, dude.
yeah, yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, that might just be a goat thing that they do
Yeah.
to see like, can I do anything else? And it's like, I miss it. Let me come back and win
Yeah.
a
What,
Super
like
Bowl,
did like
another
Nick
NBA
Saban retire?
championship. I don't know if
Didn't some
he.
coach retire and come back and win? I can't think of who.
No, Nick Saban went LSU, and then he went to the NFL to be head coach of the Dolphins. Didn't do too well. Came back to
Yeah.
Alabama, and then
Oh,
just dominated
you know what I'm
Alabama.
thinking of? I think of Belichick, dude, but he's not doing well.
He's not doing well at UNC at all. I know there was talks about buying out his contract, but he said those were false rumors. We'll see, man. It does not
Or
look
like,
good for UNC at all.
or like Urban
Yeah.
Meyer, because he retired at Ohio State. Who goes to the
Oh
NFL?
no. Yeah. Wait, what did he do after Florida? Did he go straight to Ohio State?
Did he retire after
Or
Florida?
did
I
he,
can't
did he
remember. I'm
retire
not
after
gonna lie.
Florida and then get called out? Hey man, we got internet right here, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, guys, we know this isn't golf related, but while we're on the topic,
Yeah. This
Urban
is.
Meyer.
Hey, we're talking about Tiger. This is Tiger
This
esque,
is about Tiger. Urban Meyer. He did terrible NFL.
But if I
Uh,
just because you said it, if I did work with Tiger, I think I would be such a bad PT because I'd be so starstruck whenever he comes into the clinic.
you gonna have to lock in, bro. Don't ruin it.
I'd be like, Mr.
uh,
Woods.
yeah. So here it goes right here. It said from 2005, 2010, he was at Florida, and then I'm assuming he took 2011 off, and then came back in 2012 to do Ohio State. But let me see right here. Let me
And
scroll,
then was
scroll,
there a break
scroll.
between Ohio State and Jacksonville?
Let's see from Ohio
Because I'm pretty
State.
sure he retired at
Yep, it
Ohio
was.
State.
It was. It was. It was.
Dude,
It was.
well, it was a
But he was terrible at
disaster.
Jacksonville, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Where is it? Yeah, okay, so right here. Oh, yeah, so Florida. Wait, Florida, boom, boom. Mars' last name in Florida was the Outback Bowl, 3-month investigation. After resigning, he became a commentator. And then
Dude, so
Ohio,
he left. Yeah.
yeah, after resigning, then went on to do Ohio State and was very successful there too. So yeah, I mean, I don't think Tiger in this situation can retire at 50 and then come back and be as dominant. Coaching and actually playing a sport are two totally different things. You
Yeah.
want to at least make sure you still have some sort of youth in you. I guess the last thing, because I don't want to take us too long, Sunday Night Football, but I forgot what podcast I was listening to when they were debating should Tiger just go to the PGA Champions Tour and just play there, or with the few good swings you still have left, do you put those all into the Masters instead? Which I was like, great conversation.
That
Like
is a
if
great
he's able to
question.
strike lightning, I'd rather use those swings for the Masters. Because you
Yeah,
winning
dude.
a senior open does not add to the 15 majors you have. There, it's in a
No,
different
no
category.
legacy
Yeah,
points.
yeah, yeah. Not at all. I mean, from a conversation, if you're arguing with your boys at a barbecue, you could be like, "Hey, he did this on the PGA Tour, and then he went on the Champions Tour and did this." But in terms of like adding to like your Hall of Fame, it doesn't play a part.
Yeah, yeah. No, like, or like, hey, I'm gonna inch a little closer to Nicholas. Like, well,
Doesn't.
Tiger Woods already has the most wins on tour. So like,
82. Yep.
but like as far as majors, like, dude, winning on the senior tour doesn't like get you more distance from Jack Nicklaus
No.
because he's the GOAT. So it's Tiger and Nicklaus,
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
how do you gain more distance, right?
Yeah.
It's not through the Champions Tour. It's through if he plays in some majors. I will say this though: if he, they're not mutually exclusive because it's not like you're gonna. It's not like, oh, no senior tour, only the Masters, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to prepare and play tournament golf to get ready for
For sure. For sure.
these
And he has a
majors.
lifetime. He
And
has a lifetime playing in a Masters. So like, he could
yeah,
play in
yeah,
like three. I mean, I don't want to make a schedule, but he could play in a few, obviously PGA
yeah,
Champions Tour, and those can prep him for the Masters. The only thing is,
yeah. They're
which
only
people try to
3-day
make,
events too.
yeah,
Yeah,
but they try to
so
make
it's great warm up.
they try to make all the arguments though with like, oh, well, live players don't do good in majors because they only play in three, and I don't know if they're going to use that same thing with Tiger playing in a Champions Tour and then going and playing the Masters, which is a 4-day event.
Yeah,
So
I wonder if the PGA would let him have like some kind of exemption, like because I remember like Casey Martin, who was the coach for Oregon. I don't know if he's still the coach for Oregon. He played in the U.S. Open, and he like can't walk or something. I forget what he has. Like he has to make an accommodation, and the PGA Tour did. And I wonder if the PGA Tour could do that for Tiger. Um,
nah,
to like, hey,
that's us bending too many rules to get this. Yeah, because
no,
then
but
like.
he has a legitimate Achilles thing, and he has like rods and pins in that same foot.
Hey, you guys let us know in the comments. I don't think they should do that at all.
So I think,
Because now everybody's going. I mean, I don't say everyone probably has a little bit of integrity, but like you want the field to be as balanced as possible, man. I don't want to be like, all right, well, you got to ride in this car the whole time. My back's tight from walking, 18, and you're fresh. 'Cause I think part of the game, as you know, Nate, part of the game is how do I take
he's a
care of
little
my body?
stamina. Yeah,
Yeah, how do I take care of my body to prep me for the next day and the next day and stuff? And if I get that little stipulation there, just riding the car because I have pins and stuff in my foot to be able to still participate in this major, I think that just takes out part of the game that we have to. I think that because again, there are three major parts of golf, in my opinion: endurance, the mental game, and then obviously the physical in terms of your golf skill. And I don't want to give a guy leeway in the
yeah.
endurance aspect when he only has to
I'm not.
focus now on mental and skill.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying like he should ride in the cart the whole round, but like some kind of accommodation where, you
If
know,
one hole's too far from the other hole, like, all right, man, just drive me over
yeah,
there real
like
quick.
just
All
shuttle him
right.
between. Dude, I mean, it would help viewership too, because if Tiger was balling and not freaking limp, it's like dude, when Tiger was limping up hole 9 or hole
That looked
18 at
terrible. It looked
Augusta,
horrible. It looked horrible.
dude, that was as sad as watching Tommy Fleetwood
And
not
it was
watch
raining
Keegan
too, right?
Bradley.
When it raining, and he's just
No,
sitting there like limping.
I remember the one I remember was it was bright and sunny, and he was just walking and like you don't know how steep that freaking hill is on hole 9 or whatever. Because I think
Yeah.
I think when I watched it, no, everybody goes off the front, right? Yeah, but
I
I
believe
remember
so.
watching
Yeah.
him on I'm
Yeah,
not
they do.
watching
They
on
do. They
9
do.
or 18, and I'm like, dude, he's just limping up this. Dude, it was seriously like watching Tommy Fleetwood doing the whole thing. Like, I don't want to watch Keegan make this putt. It was about
Yeah.
that sad.
Yeah.
Um, and no one
Yeah.
wants to watch that. You know, we want to see the
Nobody.
GOAT just freaking make his putts and be like, and fist bumping and stuff like that. But we won't get that if his ankle hurts, you know?
Yeah. We also gotta understand, man, that this might be just a time to pass the baton. I mean, obviously, when you think about it from, I don't want to. Who would you say the GOAT was before
Before
Brady?
Tiger,
No, before
like
talking
Gary
about,
Player.
I was going by like football terms, like because like at some point Tom Brady had to pass down the torch to Patrick
To
Mahomes,
Mahomes.
and at this
Yeah.
point, Tiger might as well just pass it on to Scotty, and then Scotty, you go ahead and dominate, for the time being until it's his time to pass the torch. I mean, everyone
Until
has
you
his seasons, right?
pass it to that 16-year-old kid who's that 16-year-old kid that's like balling in the
Blaze Brown, I
Yes,
believe.
that
Yeah,
kid. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he's a dog. My homie Emma Talley knows him pretty well. So, but yeah, guys, sorry, we don't want to keep you long. We love talking golf. Again, y'all probably want to talk about the same things. I'm happy we got to those stuff. But again, let us know, who do you believe can win the international crown? We respect women's golf here. I think you should too, as well as, man, if you want to get better at the game of golf, again, go check out the book 50 Yards and In by PGA Pro Mike Schlud. And let us know, man, should Tiger continue to pursue PGA Tour golf, or should he just move on to TGL and Champions Tour and just do some administrative role on the PGA Tour? And lastly, is LIV Golf here to stay? We personally think so, but we would love to know your thoughts in the comments. But again, I'm Geremy Davis, former NFL player and host of Golf and Gospel. And again, we got your PT's favorite PT here, Nate Wong, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Golf and Gospel Podcast. Peace.